That's quite gross. Good morning guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're wondering what the noise is, we're cleaning the sofas. So we actually started this process off. The reason we're doing this is because the other day, well, a few weeks ago, it was really thundering and lightning, and we were looking after my friend's dog. And when we'd gone out for a few hours, whatever, when we came home, either Lulu or my friend's dog had weed on the carpet upstairs, and we had tried to clean the carpet with this like carpet cleaner thing that I've got, but it just never got the weed out of it. So anyway, we have borrowed our friend's like professional like Vax kind of carpet cleaner thing, and then now we have it. We were like, well, we've cleaned the carpet upstairs, let's do our sofas as well, because this sofa in the playroom, we've had it for, I don't know if you've been watching me for like the whole time that I've had YouTube for, but if you have, you'll remember that we had this sofa in our old house. It's probably been with us for about 8 years now, and it's never been cleaned. Oh, you can't see me at all. It's never ever been cleaned. So we thought, yeah, that definitely needs a clean, and we have just thrown the water away from that sofa. It was disgusting. I actually uploaded a short the other day onto my YouTube, so I will link that down below. I think I can link it down below, but if not, go over to my channel and you can find it, because honestly, it was disgusting. I mean, I'm not surprised because, like I said, it hasn't been cleaned for 8 years. But anyway, these sofas, as you know, we got them only 2 years ago. So when our building work was complete. So we're hoping they shouldn't be too bad, but they are probably the most used sofas in our house because they're used day to day when people come over and bits and bobs like that. So it's a lovely day today. We've taken them outside and we're giving them, well, Chris is giving them a clean. Later on today, the reason I thought I'd vlog is because we're cleaning our sofas, but also we're gonna go over, like we've had one car for, in August, it was 4 years that we've had one car. So it's like, it works, but it's now getting tricky because the boys have clubs on different ends of Brighton on the same day, and it's got to the point where we're kind of thinking it's okay to get Ubers and to ask people if we do one lift, they can do another lift. But now it's got to the point where really we do need a second car. So we're going to head up to the Fiat garage just up the road here in Brighton to go and see if there are any, like, we just need a little runaround car, like a Fiat 500. So I think that's what we're going to look for. I used to have one and I loved it. So I just thought I'd take you with us on our day. And I'm also playing football tonight. Can't wait. I love football. So this is off those 2 sofas they've just had for 2 years. Do you think that's actual dirt or just dust?
It's dust.
That's quite gross. So both sofas have now been done. We're going to head out to the car garage now, but we're a bit worried about leaving these outside. It doesn't say it's going to rain. They're blue skies that way, but if I face that way, they look a bit scary. But we're going to risk it. We're leaving these out so they can dry quicker, because obviously we'll want them tonight. They just feel damp, they don't feel wet. And then obviously I've also got all of my cushion covers from the other sofa out here drying too. Right, sorry Pie, we're gonna go now. We won't be long. Found the car I love. It's so nice. We went there thinking we were just gonna get like a kind of cheap car, and then well, we thought a Fiat 500 because we thought, you know, we got one years and years ago when the boys were tiny, and we bought a brand new car and it was £12,000, which was a lot of money obviously. But what I'm trying to say is that now when we were looking for £10,000-12,000, they are a good few years old. I feel like, I don't know whether it's because it's the used car market has gone up so much or what, but used cars are really expensive. In our head today we were thinking, right, let's try and spend between maybe 5 and 7 grand. So it, you know, it'll be a good run around, but it might not be too old, and that's why we're thinking of Fiat 500, because we're remembering what we paid for a brand new one 10 years ago, 11 years ago actually. And yeah, there was one car that was £5,000, but it was a 2008 reg, which means it's like 15 years old. And we just thought, no, we can't do that because we don't want to have trouble with the car. We don't want to have one that isn't reliable. So anyway, then we found one that was 2020 convertible. Loved it so much. It's a twin air, £13,000 though. So we really just don't know what we're going to do. Obviously the guy was wanting us to like buy and make a decision then and there, and we said no, we can't. We need to go home, reevaluate our thoughts and our finances, because we came here thinking we were going to spend about 5,000 to 7,000. So we've come home and we are trying to decide what we're going to do. It's very difficult. But anyway, on another note, our sofas are dry because it's been super sunny while we were out. So glad I decided to take the risk on the rain call. And we also went to the garden centre to pick up some more soil, because I have a gardening book and it said this is the good time to start moving sort of plants around so they can bed in before it gets really, really cold. And we're just going to top up some bits of soil around the garden that we need to get some more grass seeds. But this is the area that we want to sort of take a few of the plants out because it's so bushy now. They've really, really puffed out, which is lovely. But we took 2 bits of lavender out here earlier in the summer, and now it looks really bare here. So what we want to do is kind of just sort of separate these a little bit more. Maybe take this purple one out and plant it into our main flower bed, and then maybe move things over a little bit so they've got a bit more space, because we also have this climbing rose here, but it's not really climbing yet. And we wonder if maybe it's because it's in a bit too much of a cramped space. So we're going to top the bed up with soil, because as you can see, it was right up here when we first put the soil in, but as you can see, it's kind of like sunk down a bit. So we're going to top it up, move some plants over, and get our garden kind of ready for autumn. Okay, let me show you the end result. They are going to be looking a little bit sad over the next few days and weeks probably, because they've been moved. It's looking so much better now. I'm so pleased. Got loads more space for each plant, so I think they're going to be so much happier. Okay, so I completely forgot to finish my video the other day, so this is actually a different day now, but I'm actually quite glad, because obviously on Monday I just went to football and that was the end of my evening. But tonight I'm very excited because a birthday gift that I bought Chris 4 years ago before COVID is finally happening. I bought Chris for all 4 of us to go on a hot air balloon, and it was shut down over COVID, and then we booked, it got cancelled, we booked, it got cancelled because of the weather. And this morning when I rang up, it said this morning's flight was cancelled, and then I just rang back a couple of hours later and it said our flight this evening was on. We were not expecting that, so Chris actually has training this evening, and I am now taking a friend instead. We could only get 2 places on this flight anyway, so we're going to use the other 2 at a later date because my mum wants to come with me. So wasn't really expecting to be going on a hot air balloon this evening, because obviously every single time we've booked it's been cancelled. So I'm really looking forward to it, and can't wait to take you guys with us. We're going! See? It's so sad, isn't it? everybody. Just I've just been putting on my my red, that looks terrifying, my red light mask. So I've just taken it off so my face looks a little bit funny. Oh my goodness, I've had the best evening. You know when you're just not expecting an evening to end like that? It was such a lovely surprise. I think because we've had these vouchers for so many years now, and then obviously for like 2 years we couldn't use them because of COVID. And then the last 2 years when each time we've booked them, it's been called off because of the weather. So yeah, it was really, really nice surprise to be able to use it. And also it was so nice to take my friend Shelley with me as well. We had such a good time. And I said to Shelley, like, have you ever thought of doing a hot air balloon before? And she said no. So it was something that she'd never thought of doing because she always was a bit, not scared to do it because she's not scared of heights, but I think she was a bit worried about like how it all worked, how you went that high in a basket with the balloon carrying you, you know. But yeah, it was so good, and she was really pleased with it at the end and everything, so that's great. And we had a little glass of prosecco at the end. So it was so nice. The weather was amazing, a little bit cloudy, which was a bit of a shame, so we did have a nice sunset, but I think it would have been even nicer if there was no cloud, and also you could have seen a lot further as well, but we're not complaining. And obviously we went on a hot air balloon trip in Dubai as well, so it was so nice to have the contrast, to have like the desert and then to have the like endless rolling countryside from here in England as well. So yeah, that is my evening. We got home about 9:15, I think, and I'm now in bed because I'm so tired. Yeah, had a great time. I'll link down below who we booked through. It was just Virgin Balloon Adventures or Virgin Balloon Rides, something like that. But it was a really great experience. Highly recommend it. It's been on my bucket list for many years, and now I can say that I've ticked it off. I've actually got 2 more flights left because I just booked for 2 people tonight because we couldn't get 4 people on the flight. So the boys did do it in Dubai though, so they're not too worried about doing it again, and my mum is desperate to go on, so I might go on with my mum next time, or maybe Chris can go on with my mum next time. So yeah, I really hope you have enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching as always, guys, and I will see you next time. I'm straight off to bed now. Good night.